it's Lynn from walktohealth.me. Please go check out my site. I'm a reflexologist and holistic health coach. I'm here to help you make kombucha today. I have many clients who I've shared my kombucha scobies with. The SCOBY is symbiotic culture of bacteria and yeast. That's what a SCOBY is. It's a living organism, and it is what ferments the kombucha tea that I'm about ready to make for you or show you how to make. It's very, very simple. Why kombucha, you might ask? Because it helps the gut. Our guts are not healthy like they used to be. So join me in a class and I'll teach you more about that. But today we're going to do kombucha. So the process of kombucha, I've already set it up. I'm doing my continuous brew kombucha, and I usually bottle once every 5 days, maybe 7 days. I actually like it a lot, so I typically will drink 2 bottles a day. Now you don't want to start that way because it will detox your gut and you will be cleaning house, so to speak. So you may want to only start with a half of a bottle or a full bottle. What I've done over the past is just save the bottles of kombucha that I bought and delabel them and then use them. They make excellent bottles for putting your kombucha tea in. So at first I purchased bottles that have those tops on them, which are great, but I like to put chia seeds in my bottles, and they don't quite go in quite as nice as these bottles do. So the first thing that you want to do is you want to make your tea. In making your tea, you want to get filtered water and boil it. I use a gallon for my tea, and I use a half gallon or 8 cups. This is a Pampered Chef container for my simple syrup. I don't mix the two together until I'm ready to pour them into the kombucha itself, and I use this 2-gallon container to then pour into here. But first I start with a 1-gallon container for my tea and a half-gallon container for my simple syrup. How I do this is I use this organic sugar, and I use 1 cup of sugar. Some people may want theirs a little more sweet, but I really do prefer just the 1 cup. Now, I don't eat sugar, any refined sugar. This is a different system, and if you're allergic to sugar, respond negatively to sugar, mind you that the SCOBY, this is the SCOBY's food. It needs this so that the yeast can eat it up, and that's what ferments your tea, and the fermentation is good for your gut. Now you think ferment, is that alcohol? Kombucha is not alcoholic. It has a small level of alcohol, but it's kind of like kimchi or sauerkraut or the like. So it is not alcoholic. It's good for children. It's good for kids with ADD, ADHD. So it's a very good thing. So think of it as like a sourdough start, and that's kind of what this is. All right, so you put a cup of the sugar in your container, and then I fill it probably half full with the boiling water, spoon it around with a wooden spoon, and put the cover on and let it dissolve. The next thing I will do is I will start filling this container with filtered water while the water is heating. I use a 3-inch tea bowl. You can use many different flavors of tea. In here I have 4 different flavors. I get them at, they're organic. I get them at Fred Meyer actually in the healthy section, and I have Darjeeling, English breakfast, jasmine, and sencha. Those are the 4 that I like, but you may like something different. So with blending the 4 of those together, it costs about $1.25 per batch for the tea, which is a whole lot less expensive than buying a bottle of kombucha. The sugar itself can run between $10 and $11, so there's several cups in there, so really you might spend $2 on making your tea. And one bottle of kombucha can be anywhere from $2.99 to $4.99. So depending on where you're buying your kombucha, you're going to be saving a lot. Each batch, you will get 10 to 12 bottles of kombucha. I typically get about 10 bottles. So that's what we're going to be doing today. So you drape your ball inside here. I fill it with about half a gallon of tap water, not just tap water, it's the filtered water, and that's cool water because you don't want to scorch your tea. So, or scorch your tea, I'm sorry. And then the rest you fill with the boiling water. Or you can fill it completely and set it outside if you have a nice sunny day, which is what I did yesterday. So I do this process the day before I'm going to bottle. And that is so that you can get your hot stuff to room temperature. If you have anything hotter than 80 degrees, you have risk of killing your SCOBY. Your SCOBY needs to be kept no higher than 82. 82 is on the high end. You want to only have it to 80. And so I typically have mine plugged in because in the wintertime it could get a little cool in my home, and then in the summertime you got to just keep it temperate, and it's really nice if you just have this around here. And there's a place that you can get that from, and that is mentioned on my site. So go to walktohealth.me and find that information. So we have this ready to go. So I'm going to set this aside and show you the process that we want to go through. Kombucha also does not like soap. Soap can kill the SCOBY. So you want to use vinegar and also hydrogen peroxide to wash your own hands. You don't want to wash your hands with soap because it will kill the SCOBY. I get my vinegar at Costco. I get 2 gallons. It's really very inexpensive. So you want to use your vinegar, and I always wash everything that I use with vinegar. Wash my hands, I wash the bottles, I wash everything with vinegar. So, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to clean the bottles. This takes a little bit of time, but it's really not that much time. So I take a little bit in each one, and then I put the lid in my bowl and pour it to the next bottle until I've gotten all the way through.